still waiting to hear if we have travel plans. I'm getting down to my last bit of medicine that I have left, and no health insurance in the United States. So it's a bit concerning, so we'll just see how that goes. In the meantime, we have an opportunity to travel to Naples today, and we thought we'd take you along with us. Sometimes Jeff will treat us to a song or something. I don't know.
It's kind of early in the morning for singing.
Maybe it'll happen.
We'll see. Maybe later on.
Okay.
Maybe on the return trip.
You'll be happier then?
Maybe the sun will be shining a little better than what it is.
All right. So, what kind of music do you sing, Jeff?
Well, I can sing just about anything.
Yeah?
But,
what's your forte?
Well, oldies pretty much is my first choice, but I like singing in Italian as well.
Really? You can sing in Italian?
Yes, a little bit. That's what they tell me.
Oh, well, maybe we'll get to see how you do with that.
Okay, well, stay tuned.
In the meantime, we're heading out, like I said. We have managed to get a possible Airbnb that we can quarantine in, because we really do respect the Italians, how they have gotten the COVID under control, and we certainly wouldn't want to bring anything from the United States to infect anyone of our friends or family or the whole island. So we're very cautious of what we do. We go out very little, and we wear our masks and hand sanitizer, and we practice social distancing. Like I said, we really go anywhere we have to do something in Naples today, so here we are. So when we return to the United States this time for family obligations, we are here a little longer because of COVID. And Florida, the area that we live in the southwest coast, really hasn't been hit that hard in comparison to other parts of Florida, Miami and Tampa and larger places. So we haven't had too many cases here, but we are elderly and not in good health with immunodeficiency problems. So we've really practiced social distancing. We have just our family that we live with, our son and daughter-in-law and 2 grandsons, and some close friends that we've spent time with, we think, during when that we've continued to have in our bubble, so to speak. So when here we are at the gas station, so the prices now are almost back to when we arrived. During COVID, in the early parts of it, when everything was pretty much locked down, supposedly, Florida never really locked down. It was kind of a suggestion, but not put into place by law. But the prices of fuel went way down. It was very refreshing. But now it's creeping back up again already. And I really was shocked when we returned at the price of food here. I did do a video recording some of the prices that you'll see in the foods that we have. Although we have so much more variety, we really have, the prices are absurdly high and filled with chemicals and anything that you want. If you want to eat healthy and organic, you have to pay for that. You'd think they would use less pesticides so it would cost less, but I guess natural approach is costlier. But it's important to us, so we do that. It's one of the benefits of living in Italy is that you eat very well. It's very inexpensive and very healthy. So I have been following along with the travel restrictions, and we're flying Delta and Alitalia from New York, and so we're driving from York, and that's on Delta, and then we'll switch planes to Alitalia and fly from New York to Rome, and then Rome to Catania. So I haven't been able to gather too much information from Alitalia, no surprise. But Delta keeps responding to me in my chats that the flight is not canceled, and that as long as we have the right specifications, requirements, paperwork that we have to fill out, we will be able to fly as long as the flight doesn't get canceled. They do have restrictions for U.S. Travelers, but we will be traveling as Italians. We have residency in Italy, and our car is there, and our home is there, so, and our doctor is there. So we fall under that in health need, and because we are residents, we feel like we will be able to travel according to what we've read. Many things change, and it's hard to keep up with the changing facts, but we do realize that it's changing for everyone and everywhere. For a little while, America was good enough to travel, and now all that's reversed. So we want to just make sure that we take all the precautions that we can to travel safely, and for the safety of others around us. So when we booked our flight, we were allowed to have a carry-on and your purse and a checked bag. But I think now the requirements, they're saying they may check your carry-ons or to pack them light, because they don't want the flight attendants to have to help touch your things. So that's one change. They are letting you have a large bottle of hand sanitizer and bring some foodstuffs with you. I'm hoping that we're bringing empty water containers so that we can fill up water in the airport if nothing's open. I'm sure something will be open. So while Jeff can sing Italian, I continue to try to learn Italian. It's difficult when you're older. You can't even remember your name half the time, to try to remember words. And then sometimes I'll be in this grocery store and I'll be like, what is the name in America? What's the English name for melanzane? And we'll be trying to figure out where we are and what it's called. And then you have aubergine and melanzane, and then we'll go, oh, it's eggplant. So it does get confusing as you get older to try to live and think in Italian when you haven't been raised speaking it. Unfortunately, when my Nana and Nano came over, they did speak it to their children, but we are third generation Italian, so in our family, my mother and father didn't speak any Italian to us and didn't encourage us to speak it. So it resulted in trying to learn a language in your 60s, which is extremely difficult. But we've managed. Jeff practices his Italian by singing it, and I just keep going over and over words, and io sono, tu sei, noi siamo, voi siete, and just keep practicing. I'd rather, it was instilled by my teacher here, that it's better to speak it properly and know less than to just know a bunch of words. And if you're not saying it right or pronouncing it right, it's really futile, because nobody's going to be able to understand you. So we've been working at that. Jeff, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the campers over there on the right-hand side. Seems to be a bunch of rectangles there. It must be a body shop.
Oh, okay.
Something new. I haven't seen that one before.
So are you interested in a camper?
Of course. I'm always interested in a camper. I'm interested in a bus, a coach, that we can get in and drive around the country.
Oh.
It's probably going to be our next adventure, so stay tuned for that one. It'll be a little while in the future, though.
Yeah. A long time ago we had,
Yes.
what did we have?
We had a 32-foot fifth wheel trailer, and we traveled across the United States a couple of times.
Yeah, with our kids.
Kids had a ball. Went to every state park, every federal park, and Grand Canyon, and you name it, all the way across and all the way back.
There's
Had a ball.
Yeah, we did. It was fun. I know the kids say that now that as adults, that it was really something they really remembered and treasured.
Yep.
So the sun is coming out. Does that mean that you're interested in singing now, or?
No, not just yet. Thank you. It's a little early. Only had one cup of coffee.
Oh, that's right.
And, you know.
Oh, speaking of coffee, oh my gosh, I only drink espresso, and I only drink wines from either French, was my favorite, or Italian wine, because I really have trouble with the wines, the California wines. Even though the taste is good, the after effects are not pleasant to me.
But you don't have any trouble with the Italian wines or the French wines. You're pretty friendly with those.
What are you saying, Jeff?
You know.
I like wine. And I like good coffee. It has to be like real coffee, like espresso with a crema and pressed, and not, when I first came back, I tried to find Italian coffee here. It was
Difficult.
Impossible. Impossibile.
But we have Lavazza.
Yes, we got Lavazza, which I like, and we have our espresso machine, so Jeff makes me coffee every day. Every morning he brings me coffee in bed. Man, that's hard to beat, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Keeps trying to rain a little bit today in Naples, so I don't know why it makes me think of figs. The food in Sicily has got to be, really is unbelievable. Especially fresh figs. They even grow on the side of the road, and I've never had anything so sweet and delicious. I think it's fig season now in Sicily. I'm hoping that if we can go, that there'll be some figs left. What's your favorite there, Jeff?
My favorite what? Fruit?
Yeah, or
food?
Yeah.
All of it.
You know, pizza.
Do I look like I've missed a meal?
So
Pizza's superb.
yeah.
Just about everywhere you go. It's pretty hard to get a bad pizza.
The best pizza, though, in Sicily, or where we live in the Catania area, is Nicolosi. Oh, I love Nicolosi pizza.
Everybody's got wood-fired ovens or coal-fired or something, whatever. And it's all handmade, fresh, and it's just the best.
It is the best. The Airbnb that we thought we had all set up to rent during quarantine until we get into our other apartment in August. Just, he can't guarantee a full refund, and we can't put out that much money and not get a refund if our flight gets canceled or if they don't allow us to return. So it does take a lot. You have to be very flexible to travel, especially during this time, and you have to be willing to just say if one avenue shuts down, to find another way. So we'll go back on Airbnb and look for something else. We do have a couple other options from friends, but we just don't want to expose anybody to us, at least for 2 weeks. So Yes, and they were so kind to us. He always gave us extra eggs and different things, and I really, really love the community spirit that you find in Sicily once they accept you. And that's why it is important to be friendly as Americans over there. And one of the things that we found that made it easy for us to transition is that we were willing to take the viewpoints from their side of things and not try to turn them into Americans. That's not what we would ever do. And accept the way that they do things and go along with it as long as it's morally acceptable. And look for the good, because it's such a gorgeous, friendly country, and we really love it there. And we follow their lead in how they do things instead of trying to impose our own traditions and so forth on them. And we find it exciting learning how they live and how they think, and the wonderful things that they do, the way that they eat their food and take a rest in the afternoon and walk a lot, enjoy the beauty around them. These are things that we embrace. So speaking of singing, we had an experience of friends that were visiting us, and Luigi really, really wanted to have the squid ink pasta, and we went to this really great restaurant, Incognito. Highly recommended. Is it Acireale?
Yes, Acireale.
See, and when you go, you pay for the whole meal. It includes everything, and
including the vino.
Yes, dessert and a pasta choice, and just unbelievable food. Fresh fish of all sorts.
And it's impossible to leave there hungry.
Oh yes.
There's something wrong with you. You didn't eat if you left there hungry, because there's a mountain of food.
Yeah, it was
fresh, handmade seafood, pasta, whatever. It just keeps coming.
Yes, and they have a gluten-free option as well, which I enjoyed. But anyway, I do have a video of Jeff singing there, and the reason why was because I guess if you want this specialty squid ink pasta, you have to order it ahead of time. And we didn't know that, so we didn't do that. And Luigi had not had a chance to have it, and he was so disappointed.
Reservation, you gotta reserve it.
Yeah, ahead of time. So I said, Jeff, why don't you sing a song, and maybe, they'll want to help Luigi out. And so,
personally, I thought that was a waste of time. Let the truth be known. But the idea was good, so with a little coaxing, I got up and actually sang a song, or a couple of them.
Yeah, we have a video on that. Check it out. It's Jeff singing in Incognito.
A cappella, by the way.
Yes. And
by an American who doesn't speak good Italian at all.
Which they were like confused because they knew we were speaking English, and then he was singing in Italian. Yeah.
So that really mystified him, that one.
Yeah. So check that video. So
they loved it.
The story unfolds at that after Jeff got up and sang, and they enjoyed it. They had the owner came out, the cook came out, and everyone watching. And the next thing you know, Luigi's sitting there, and they bring out a big giant bowl of this fresh. What's it called?
Sepia, I think.
Oh yeah, sepia.
Yeah, I think. Sepia. I guess in Italian.
Yeah.
But it's the ink pasta, the black ink pasta, and I think it's from a fish, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the cuttlefish.
It's a fish, cuttlefish. I think that's what it's from. Whatever it is, you got to try it once in your lifetime.
Yeah, and Luigi was so excited I think we have footage on that of him getting to eat his pasta.
And they brought him a big giant bowl. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it was enough for 3-4 people. You know?
Yeah, it was great. I don't know, did he share it?
Well, yeah, I think he did.
Everyone had a
I don't
taste.
really recall. But yeah, I think everybody had some.
But we were just happy that Luigi could
Yeah.
eat it. I think we were so full by then that it was like, enjoy Luigi, which he did.
Yep.
But see, that's the Italian lifestyle. They really enjoy giving, and that's why I encouraged them as a gift. Just sing them a beautiful song. You never know what will happen when you do something nice, and usually comes back.
Mare quanto bello, spera tanto sentimento, come tu chi temente, che ha scelto via sunna. Guarda qua questo giardino, siente este fiore arance, no profumo che si fino, dentro cuore se nava. E tu dici a pardorio, tell un danaros tu cuore, da sta terra dell'amore, che non cuore